boys and girls. This school year we've learned about many different famous Americans, and I wanted to refresh our memories on just a couple of those. The first famous American that we're going to talk about is George Washington. You might know him as our first president. Now, in the very beginning of our country, people wanted him to be King of the United States, but he felt that the United States shouldn't have a king, and they should vote for their leader, which is why he came up with the idea to have a president instead of a king. He's also known as the father of our country because he led us in the Revolutionary War. And George Washington was famously one of the people who crossed the Delaware River on Christmas Day during the Revolutionary War. A second famous American is Thomas Jefferson. Now, he was also a founding father. He worked with George Washington to set the United States free from Great Britain. And Thomas Jefferson became our third president. One name that we refer to Thomas Jefferson as is the father of the Declaration of Independence. The Declaration of the Independence was the document that was written to go to Great Britain to say that we thought that they were being unfair. And Thomas Jefferson was a really crucial part of constructing that document. And another famous American that we've talked about is Martin Luther King Jr. He was a civil rights leader, and he worked to make sure everyone had equal rights. He was very against segregation. One thing that was very important to Martin Luther King is that they achieved their goals by being peaceful. He didn't want anyone to fight or to argue. He wanted to have equal rights for everyone while being kind and respectful. And you might remember that Martin Luther King Jr. gave the famous "I Have a Dream" speech. Okay, now that we've kind of refreshed our memories about these three famous Americans, I want you to choose one of them that you'd like to read a little bit more about. So you could choose George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, or Martin Luther King Jr. When you've decided which famous American you'd like to read more about, I'd like you to go to Pebble Go and hear about their biography online. After you finish listening to their biography, I'd like you to write a letter to that famous American describing why you think what they've done for our country is important. All right, boys and girls, have fun.